The It's Late Show with Sid.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to episode 1 of season 2 of the It's Late Show, and I have too much stuff in my hands. I'm gonna let everyone know now. I cannot read chat while I do this, but I will say thank you so much to Grape Crush and to Dime Duchess for the subs. 1 year from both of them. Damn, 1 year. It's fucking crazy. I know, right? It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. But welcome everyone. This is episode 1 of season 2. We have ThatsGoodBeardTV. We're back with a new set. This is big hole in space that we're launching towards. I keep trying to tell them to turn the ship around, but they just keep wanting to go in this goddamn hole. You know what I'm saying? But we're back. We have a new set for the new season, and the set is high as fuck. Yeah, 'cause space. Let's go over the history things that happened on September 25th. In 1768, the unification of Nepal happened. It was also known as the expansion of the Gorkha Kingdom. I'll just say you can look that up. That was just one that sounded cool on the list. I clicked the article. I was going to try and give a gist, but my god. Shit was like tons of pages long. Oh shit, I forgot I had the line thing on. That's pretty nice. 1789, the U.S. passed the Bill of Rights, promises the people of the United States a lot of things. Whether or not the promises have been kept, that's up for debate, but, at least it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts, right? Sorry, my cards are destroyed. Thank you. In 1906, Leonardo Torres y Quevedo made telekino, kind of like telekinesis. It's the first known use of a remote control. Shit's fucking crazy. Apparently he used electromagnetic forces to make a boat come to the shore using a remote. All I can think of though, he's probably using acting like it was mind powers, calling it telekino, it's kind of he's acting like he's fucking X-Man. In 1977, the first Chicago mayor. Thank you, drummer. Doing okay, drummer? Good. That's what I like to see. So, ever given up for the drummer? Get up the drummer. He does good work. 1977, the first Chicago, the first Chicago Marathon happened. 4,200 people ran it.
That'd be great.
Thing is, we should remove if you removed a 0 from that 4,200, you'd get the funny number, 420. Am I right? 1992, NASA launched the Mars Observer. Thank you. The 11 months later, the probe failed while prepping for orbital insertion. Yeah, giggity, am I right? Yeah, orbital insertion. And then let's see. We got birthdays. So famous birthdays today. We have Dong Lover. Great actor, comedian, musician. We have T.I., also great actor, rapper. don't think T.I. does comedy, but he's named after calculators, which is pretty cool. And then we have a Wild Wild West himself, Mr. Will Smith. Will Smith. Wonder what he's been up to. Haven't heard about him recently. That's a joke, because, you know, all I hear about is the slab. Anyway, so I've been gone from the Late Show for 3 weeks, all right? And I'll straight up say one of the reasons I needed to stop for a couple weeks is because I was noticing that the news just amongst the internet was very dry a few weeks ago. I felt like I was just like picking at blades of grass or something. But when I tell you that enough shit happened while I was gone for me to probably just talk about, like, the rest of this season. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. So, we're going to start going through some of them. So all of this started at Shit Camp 2022. 2022. It was hosted by QT Cinderella. It was the second Shit Camp that had been hosted. It's like fucking. I think it's. Thank you. I think it's like Big Brother, but it's like a bunch of big streamers like have to stay in a house together or some bullshit. I don't know. But XQC said he was gonna go. He didn't go. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?" And like he didn't let anyone know he wasn't coming. But then at the Shit Camp, there was a streamer named E-Rob, and he made a joke that he was going to fight one of the viewers watching the show or something. And he's like, I'm going to find you at the TwitchCon. And because of that, Twitch banned him for 7 days. When he appealed it... When he appealed it to Twitch, Twitch literally took it and said, actually, no, you're right, we got to give you 30. So they gave him 30 days. So you can literally fuck on stream, apparently, and get less time than just jokingly talking about fighting a viewer. Apparently him and the viewer, like, knew each other. It was like, I don't know. He was just like, I'm gonna slap you when I see you next. I don't know, some bullshit, whatever. Then, speaking of XQC, dude apparently argued with his ex on stream to like 100,000 people for like 8 hours, and he had a heart monitor on. Like, it was just weird. I don't know, that's just, it seems odd. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, what the hell? And then Slicker, if everyone's heard about that guy, he took money, or asked for money that he was going to pay back to, like, viewers, and then, like, to other streamers. And, they didn't pay him back, got, like, fucking $400,000, and, like, he didn't even have enough to get a fucking lobster roll. He spent it all on tennis betting. Fucking. And then, because of that, Twitch changed its rules on gambling. Because, like, if that guy's gambling and, like, stealing money from people, or, like, you know, asking for it, not paying it back, just bad things, you know, they wanted to make the rule change. They didn't even get rid of the kind of gambling he does. You could still sports bet. So, like, that is weird. And then, outside Twitch, there's the chess thing. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but sorry, I can go back to my normal. Like, sorry, there's just so much. You just gotta like. Sorry. Outside of Twitch, there was the chess situation. I don't know if y'all have heard of Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen, he's like the best chess player on earth, and this guy who, I mean, I won't say he's just some guy, Hans Lehmann. He's a solid chess player, but out of the whole tournament, he was like very low. It's like the 16th seed going against the 1 seed. and he went against Magnus Carlsen and won. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, so it could have been, that. Maybe it was I think maybe, he got influence from an outside cult figure. That's what I personally think. And if that sounds crazy to you, then let me tell you what actually people think. They think that he had anal beads in him that were vibrating the chess bot Morse code into his intestines to
Don't tell me how to shit.
Well, hey, no one tell Hans Lehmann how to shit. Let's just go with that, all right? And then, just a couple days ago, they had a rematch, him against Hans, and apparently the first move Hans made, Magnus forfeited and left, and he won't say why. Dude, chess drama is just crazy, man. But anyway, back to Twitch real quick. There's a guy named Train. Actually, we're not getting into that one. It's pretty fucked. And then Twitch announced they're lowering monetization for their top streamers starting mid next year. This could mean anything. It's a weird. A lot of people are freaking out about it. All I'm gonna say is, I'm still gonna hang out here. I'm gonna do other stuff. I'm gonna be in other places, but I'm still gonna hang out on Twitch. Fuck it, right? Which brings me back to chess. Ludwig has announced there's going to be a chess boxing match in December that he has put together with a whole bunch of streamers. This will mean they will do alternating rounds of chess, and hey, who was that? Who's that? Astro Man. Thank you, Astro Man. Much love. Thank you. We're just doing the It's Late show. We're going at it, but they're going to go back and forth, chess one round, boxing the next round, back and forth. This does not mean they will be using chess pieces as some kind of weird sex toy, and this does not mean they will be dressing up as chess pieces and beating the shit out of each other. I saw those questions asked when I brought it up recently. So I just want to make that clear to everyone. Okay, make it clear. There is a little good news on Twitch though. Hi Kai.
Emo King.
Yeah.
As can be. You be non-conforming too if you look just like me.
Kai is now #1 on Twitch officially. He got 80,000 subs, and he had didn't do it using a subathon or anything. Just got him naturally. And I just want to say congratulations to Kai. I've actually been to the stream a couple times. It seems like a cool dude. He's definitely one of the cooler people up there. Chill guy. Season 2, I'm about to bust, but I hope none of you bust. Well, or do, I don't know. But I did tell you to wear your best underwear, so try not to bust too hard. Let's go.
And now, it's time for That's Good Beard TV. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Sorry, sometimes the TV takes a second to cut on.
No, it's okay. It's like CRTs, you know, you just gotta gotta hit it every once in a while.
Hell yeah, man. Hurricane. There ain't no hurricane over. You got a hurricane over there?
Do we have a hurricane? Oh,
well, there's a hurricane.
No, we got a hurricane on the East Coast.
I was gonna say there's a hurricane way, on the other side. But,
yeah, that's like Halifax and shit.
How's it going, Good Beard? You doing good?
It's doing good. We're just hanging out, you know. Just got home from just like hanging out with a couple of my real life humans and.
Nice. Hell yeah. Have you run into the Wyoming Mud Man at all recently?
See, I bumped into him. See, it's even stranger the fact that because I bumped into him in a Kroger, and we don't have those up here. So I don't know where the fuck if I like went into some weird Bermuda Triangle space for a second there. But he's doing well. He's decided that he can, you know, those like safety supervisor glasses.
Yes.
They're like flat and they're like usually like some kind of like hypercolor or like super reflective. He's rocking those these days. Doesn't look good.
Well, it doesn't look. Oh, he's got like pit vipers.
Yeah, those things. Yeah.
God, you know the Wyoming Mud Man's really just. Oh, by the way, thank you for the follow, sorry Miss Jackson, and thank you for the follow, Ice-T_. Much love, y'all. So my next has your how good is your? I mean, I can tell by looking at it how good it is, but how good how long has your beard been good? Has it always been good?
I mean, I wouldn't say good. I definitely had that awkward stage in high school.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody has that where it's you're rocking the scraggly acne more than you are rocking actual facial hair.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome, man.
But no, yeah, we're going. I think this is like two years now ish.
Oh yeah. How'd you come up with that name anyway? Was it just Beard? You're like fuck yeah, or?
No, I think I've told this story in stream, and in fact, there is an actual commercial for it. But it's the there's a like an old Canadian like dairy farmers ad, and it was like it was a series, but one particularly like stood out to me, and it was this guy. It was something about marathons, but it was like. After doing an exercise, drinking milk helps you do stuff or something like that, and then it's like also little known fact, like milk mustaches will, when you don't wipe them away quick enough, will quickly grow into milk beards, and then it quickly like stop motion grew like a beard, and this one dude from totally out of frame just comes over and grabs a chunk and eats it and just says, that's good beard. And
then
now I'm here.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. How'd you get into Twitch?
That's a good question. Honestly, I've probably Moist Critical.
Oh, so Moist Critical? Okay.
Like ages ago. Like this is technically my second Twitch account. Mm-hmm. So it's like I really only had it for like a couple of YouTubers that I kind of like enjoyed, and then I actually like started like interacting with people and just like going through just browsing and stuff like that. And I was like, wait a second, I just need like a half decent computer and a fucking webcam, and I'm basically set. And
yeah.
Then I just started going.
How long ago would you say it was when you like started using Twitch?
As like a regular social media?
I guess not even regular, just kind of like when did you watch Moist Critical, like when you first was watching that, like a couple years?
Yeah, I'd say probably like pre-pandemic, like 2015, 2016-ish. And then it was really kind of when Corona hit. That like late 2017, early 2018 is when I really actually like kind of started coming in here daily.
Okay. So I can assume that you I mean, I've seen you play video games, you know.
Oh yeah.
You enjoy video games.
I enjoy video games. Yes.
Do you remember what got you like into video games? Like, what was your first
my first experience with video games was my great grandparents. They had one of the original. I think we still have it, but I don't think it works anymore. But one of the Sega plug and plays.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like the thing's like the size of my keyboard, and the screen is like the size of like a regular smartphone nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's big, clunky, and the cartridges, it runs on like 4 like the D-cell batteries.
Oh, okay. And it was kind of like a portable like Genesis player almost.
No, I think it was like in its own exclusive system.
Oh.
It was weird. It's very, very old. And that was that. Yeah, I remember it was like hit and run or something like that it was called, and it was like a baseball game, and it was the only game that they had for it. And then my grandparents got just like a regular, just an NES, and then from then on it was Super Mario 3 and Duck Hunt.
Hell yeah. Would you say that those games in your NES were your first favorite console and games?
No. When it comes to consoles that really won my heart, I would definitely have to say GameCube.
That was like the first one you could remember that you really like enjoyed? Because my next one is going to be all time. Like, what's your all time favorite console after that?
All time favorite console, I would still have to say GameCube.
GameCube, yeah, GameCube's pretty solid. What's your what would you say is your all time favorite game? Is it for GameCube?
That's a tough one. I would say the last game that really top 10 favorite game would probably be for GameCube, but it's Chibi Robo. It's so simple, but it's so just brilliantly executed and quirky. It's good shit.
It's a cheeky Robo?
Chibi Robo.
Oh, Chibi Robo.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that. I had a GameCube for a bit. It was awesome though.
Yeah. It's exceedingly Japanese. It's like you play as a small toy robot that is bought by the father of the family that you live in their house / work for them or whatever. You're like an appliance, but you're this little robot that goes around their house and you clean their house and gather trash and stuff like that. And then it turns out, oh, there's fucking aliens, and oh, what's that? At night the toys come to life, and it's a whole thing, and you have to go through the house and make everybody in the house as happy as you can, and clean the house and try and help people solve their problems and stuff like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's like a whole Marriage on the Rocks plot line and shit like that. It's yeah.
Well, nice. I mean, do you have any new games that you're looking forward to, or that new games coming out you're looking forward to, or?
Lately I've been thoroughly enjoying the Spider-Man that came out for the PlayStation a while back, but that just came out for Steam.
Oh yeah. You've been talking about that one. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole mechanics of web swinging is a fascinating problem from a gameplay and how to make games standpoint. It's a very weird way to travel traditionally in a game.
Yeah.
So it's a fun thing because I've been playing Spider-Man games since I was 7 or 8, right? So it's been fun going from the movie with Tobey Maguire where it's hey, the web swing is literally it's just shooting up off screen and you're just
I was gonna say, I remember the Spider-Man first movie video game where it's just the web goes somewhere in the sky and you're just like, it's crazy. It's
And
definitely
Bruce Campbell narrates all the training missions.
yeah. Dude, Spider-Man games have evolved. It is pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like even just in the one for like this and the next one coming out for like on Steam and shit like that, because they're doing it's got to be on PlayStation for like a year or two before it comes out for everything else kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like they're working on like the tension acceleration. So it's like when you're swinging and you hit like a post or whatever, you speed up because the physics of that, of like the cable or whatever.
Yeah.
So apparently that's even the difference between these two Spider-Man games, which is it's fucking cool, man. Physics engines are cool shit.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's very interesting shit. Well, on a different note, I've noticed your instruments. Your things like your concertina, your jaw harp, other things like that.
Yeah.
How long have you been into like music? Like, have you like as a kid, did you like music? Do you have any instruments you used to play or you still play?
In I think it was third grade, my elementary school had the option to have like a string program, and I started playing cello. And then in high school in like middle school you do the cool thing of I'm gonna get a guitar, I'm gonna learn how to play guitar. And then no.
Did you own a guitar though?
I had I think it was an Ibanez Iceman.
Okay.
It was pretty good. I got it for like $600, but it was mostly like birthdays and Christmases, saving up and stuff like that. But now I just got the little shitty like one that I found on the side of the road with a broken neck that I can just tune real quick just for comedic effect.
Nice. If you could learn, if you could be a virtuoso and play any instrument on Earth right now, what would it be?
What is it? The Shrike? I can't remember. Hang on. It's like I think it's like a Chinese woodwind instrument.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
It looks like a tower.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like you're holding like an elaborate like statue against your face.
And it's
all covered in switches and stuff like that.
It's that woodwind though that you hear in like a lot of like movie soundtrack kind of stuff, right? Like isn't it like that, or it's like that kind of background, like I can't even think of the exact sound, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I also I don't think it's called a shrike, because I'm just Googling it now, and like a whole bunch of different birds kind of came up, so.
Yeah, we'll figure it out in a minute. But you are a fan of tabletop games, am I correct? Such as D&D, things like that. Yeah, there we go.
Got my dice and my wand.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Have you how did you get into Dungeons and Dragons? Do you remember the first time you ever did a campaign or anything?
Honestly, I think it was like 2015.
Okay.
Was when because I used to be a big fan of like The Walking Dead, but I also like do you remember Chris Hardwick?
Yeah, At Midnight? Yeah.
Yeah, that At Midnight guy? Yeah. So he had his whole like little network, Nerdist.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a bunch of like creators, and like they kind of, when G4 kind of fell in on itself, they kind of took a bunch of G4 people into, and they did this whole thing called Force Grey. And that's where I was introduced to, because it was like, oh, Chris Hardwick's doing a D&D game. Okay, sure, all right, whatever. And then that's where I got introduced to the whole D20 system. That's where I actually got introduced to Matt Mercer as like a DM more than like I kind of had heard of him in the voice acting stuff.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, sure, whatever. And then that got me on a Critical Role, and then kind of the rest is history.
Hell yeah. What is your favorite, like, or you can give a couple if you'd like, but your favorite, like, race class, like, what's your favorite thing to play as? Some of your favorite,
See, I'm one of those players that I never like to kind of repeat my characters.
So-
And if I do, I like them to be gimmicky as fuck. So it's like I'm doing back-to-back bards right now, but the only reason why I'm doing that is because my first bard was your traditional, oh, I'm gonna fuck everything, and that's how I'm gonna like make my way through the game, and that's my social currency and whatever the fuck kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
And with this bard, this time around, I'm doing the exact opposite of, not necessarily that he's like a cuck, but like he's like more into being like everybody's wingman. He's not necessarily concerned with getting himself laid. He at the end of the night, he's more happy with like, oh, I sang a song that got 2 teenagers to fall in love tonight, kind of like the more romantic vibe of it.
Yeah.
Like he's just happy that like he can still kind of convince people to fall in love with the power of music.
Okay. That's
So
what's
it's
up.
like so you're going from the trope to the exact kind of opposite, but the romanticized version of it, I guess.
Do you have like a character from a past campaign that you like really liked or resonated with or anything like that?
Just recently I did a whole big adventure campaign with a couple of friends of mine. Shrade was one of them, but I did an Oni Samurai.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it got really wacky because the DM was very lenient. We are very much more kind of a rule of cool of like, hey, if you can do some cool shit and then like do it in a way and explain it in a way that makes sense, I'll kind of let you roll for it and then we'll decide from there. Not, oh, I want to try and do a thing. Okay, we'll roll to see if you can even attempt to do it, kind of thing.
Oh, gotcha.
So we like to have more fun of like, hey, can I try? Like at one point, I had like I had 2 daggers on chains like attached to my belt, and there were these 2 like shark riders coming along, and I threw because I had 2 attacks because samurai is a fighter subclass, so I threw both of my daggers out and I hit both of the riders, but both of the riders, because they're submersible mounts, they're strapped into their like saddles or whatever. So I straight up like they kind of, the chains went taut and I did a whole like anime, like I floated in the air with the momentum to like slam them together on the other side in midair.
Holy
So
shit.
it got really wacky, and I had a bunch of different modifiers and shit like that were really cool, but by the end of that campaign I had like a 25 strength, a 26 dexterity, and almost a 30 constitution, which is
Nice.
godlike.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shit. Damn. Have you gotten any? Did you ever get into any other kind of like tabletop games? You ever done like Warhammer or Hero Clicks or anything like that?
Oh wow, you just scratched.
You've done Hero
a wrinkle.
Clicks, haven't you?
I haven't done Hero Clips, but do you guys remember? Do you remember Heroescape?
I do not.
No, it was kind of a similar thing of Hero Clicks, but with less of the like loot boxy, like, hey, buy the
Because you have
the mystery packs
and that,
kind
and
of
it's-
thing, right?
There's like 15 Supermans, and some of them suck ass, and some of them are amazing.
Yeah. So Heroescape was the precursor to Hero Clicks, where it was, oh yeah, they did the same thing. It was kind of like Munchkin, where it like, we have the base game, but then we're gonna release like 50 like different other figurine packs so that you can have all your Avengers playing with your Lord of the Rings, with your fucking RoboCop character, you know, like, because that's the whole thing was HeroScape. It was basically one big, like, Smash Brothers tournament of different licensed properties, because I think it was like Warner Brothers or something owned the game company.
No, yeah, that show was interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know, you know, because the superhero tabletop, I assumed you would have at least known. Like, I played that a couple times, so it was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, well, and like I've heard of like Calico 6 and shit like that, which is like that's a whole superhero TTRPG, and I've been very intrigued by I think it's Cyberpunk Red, whatever the new iteration of the Cyberpunk TTRPG that's come out since the game came out.
Oh, I didn't even know they made a new tabletop of it.
Yeah, well, I don't think they made a new one. I think they just kind of made like a 0.5 edition to kind of just like update it, because I think the last one was made in like 99 or like early 2000s.
Oh shit. Yeah, because the last one was forever ago.
Oh yeah. Well, and the original was like 82 or 83. So
yeah. I mean, because they were trying to have it made something forever ago too. It's like, all right. We got to keep moving. What came first for you? Was it loving kung fu movies or toku?
I would probably say Toku, but that's just because I think
Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers. As a kid, Power Rangers is kind of unavoidable as a mid to late 90s kid. You know, you can't really. But no, my exposure to kung fu movies, I think, really came into when I watched Kill Bill for the first time, and then like that was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out about like North China Hollywood and the Shaw Brothers and all like the wuxia movies and shit like that. And yeah, it was I think a big part of the reason why I wanted to go into film, like for school and stuff like that.
Nice. Would you say that Kill Bill is your favorite kung fu movie, or do you have a favorite?
Oh, no.
What's your?
No, if we're gonna. I wouldn't even really call Kill Bill a kung fu movie.
I know. It's
really.
yeah, I know. It's just got that styling. But like, what would you say is your favorite kung fu movie?
If we're boiling down on,
you can even get a top couple if you want.
I was gonna say, because there's kind of two categories, and it's like you go with your story and you go with your fighting. And in terms of story, I would have to say a kind of a fairly recent choice would be The Forbidden Kingdom. It's got Jackie Chan and Jet Li. Very good. Very simple. It's like super duper diet Spirit of the West, or Journey to the West, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an excellent modern kung fu movie. But in terms of like actual fighting, I would probably say I think it's Master of the Flying Guillotine or Return to the 36th Chamber of Shaolin.
Oh, nice.
Because that one's got a whole like bench fu fight, and the main character learns scaffolding kung fu.
That's because that's the I mean, obviously that's the movie that WuTang named their album after. You know, that's fucking sick.
Oh yeah, well, and it's literally like a blind old guy. I think it's like he gets a dove or something that like one of his students has been killed, or is like his son or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And then he like goes around the countryside with this like weird bobble hat, and when he throws it on people's heads, that's like mesh falls in front of their face, and he just like pulls their entire fucking head off.
God damn. All right.
Yeah.
So anyone here who knows Good Beard TV will know that you have a interesting relationship with cheese. Okay.
Oh yeah.
what is your favorite type of cheese? Be as specific as possible, even if it's like,
This is my favorite type of cheese to eat.
yeah, like even if it's
Okay.
literally like store brand, like sharp cheddar, just like, but what is your favorite type of cheese?
I would have to say like a peppered Gruyere.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or like maybe a gorgonzola. I
Oh.
like them kind of creamy and funky.
I was gonna say, yeah, gorgonzola. You like the blue kind of then? All right. hell yeah.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Not necessarily like blue, but like I'm not adverse to a little what is it? Not marbling.
Funk. We can just say funk.
Yeah, funk, I guess.
So
Veinage.
I notice you do, you do a lot of like stuff out in the woods and in the land, and the things and the stuff. Have you ever had any bad injuries? Like, what's the worst injury you've had, or closest call you've ever had?
See,
You very careful?
it's not even that I'm very careful. It's the old adage of if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
Oh, yeah.
So luckily, I don't think I've ever been hospitalized for anything major. I've never broken a bone. I think the worst injury was like one time as a kid I was rolling down a hill, and at the bottom of a hill there was this sharp rock, and I got like a gash on my temple.
Oof.
That's
But
probably
yeah.
about it.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm pretty rugged.
So I have the last questions are going to be a little bit more like fast paced, and
Let's
then
go.
some of them are Canada related.
Okay.
I was told to ask, what's your favorite flavor of pizza pop?
I would have to say, as much as they could be a lot more saucy,
Mm.
the Frank's Red Hot ones are not bad. They're Frank's Red Hot pepperoni bacon pizza pops. They're not bad.
Okay. I don't even. All right, but have you ever seen a polar bear?
In person,
Sure.
in the wild,
Yeah.
no. I have seen several at the zoo.
Oh, okay. Do you say buddy or guy?
I think you guys have pointed that out several times. That my go-to whenever
Alright,
I'm
I
talking
just had
about
to- I just-
anybody else. Anybody that is not me is, oh well, fucking buddy over here.
Welcome everyone. Sorry. Do you have any strong opinions towards the people of Quebec?
I wouldn't say necessarily strong opinions, but I mean, if the frogs want to leave, let them.
What is your favorite kind of sandwich? And I want you to just, like, if you were going into a sandwich
Ooh.
shop where you could put anything you want on that sandwich, I want to know what kind of bread, what kind of meat, what kind of, just what how you making that sandwich?
So what you do is you start off with some marbled rye.
Okay.
Ideally, you get some duck fat,
Okay.
and just skim it with the bread. You don't want like any like over residual. You don't worry about getting perfect coverage. You just want it on the bread, and then you put some mayo down, a little bit of Dijon mustard, some bean sprouts,
Okay.
lettuce, tomato, but sliced super thin, because if it, like, I'm not one of these motherfuckers that comes out here and puts a whole fucking wagon wheel of tomato on your sandwich. Like, nah, none of that shit. You gotta do like thin accents so that when you bite into that tomato slice, you don't get watermelon guts all up in your face.
Absolutely. Tomato gun. Moving on.
Spicy pickles, spicy garlic dills, and then you do turkey, bacon, and chicken fingers.
Yo, that sounds dank.
Then,
I'm sorry, I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for chicken fingers.
And then you like slap it all together, and you do instead of a pickle on top for garnish, you do a potato wedge.
Hell yeah, that actually I could get down with that. If you could only have
Good
one
Beard Club sandwich.
if you could only have one drink for the rest of your life, any kind of drink, what would it be?
One drink for life?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would have to say, like, properly well-made horchata.
Ooh.
Like none of the instant powdered shit. Like properly
rice
homemade
horchata.
horchata.
If you could travel anywhere on Earth right now, where would you go?
Either northern China or Machu Picchu.
And then
or South Korea.
Okay. And last one, if your toilet had sentience, would you prefer it crave your shit or despise it?
That's a tricky question. Because, like, at the end of the day, if he despised it, you could kind of get away with, like, hey, that's showbiz, baby. You're a fucking toilet. Like, what the fuck else? Like, what else am I gonna do? But it depends. Because if they crave it, if they're vocal about it, then that's a whole other issue.
Yeah, any answer I've gotten from anyone
If you have a toilet that goes yum 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 yum, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking. I'll take the despise it because at least neither of us is having a good time.
Hell yeah, man. Well, that's fucking 30 minutes, man. Much love, dude.
32 to be precise.
I know. We went over, man. Do you have any last things you want to say? You can plug something, you can just say something, you can just do whatever you want, but go ahead and say, whatever you want to say.
I'm just gonna. I know that I've said it a couple of times in bar, but I'm gonna say it now. Ooze is Doofenshmirtz. And I'm sick of him lying that he's not.
Thank you so much, good beard. Much love, man. We will be back with bar. You gonna hang out for bar, man? Yeah, I mean,
I'll be here for a little bit.
Hell yeah, dude. Well,
I gotta go in a sec, but
hell yeah, man. Well, much love, dude.
No, much love.
And I'll catch you later.
Bye.
And as for y'all, I'll be right back.
Cock!
Money. Get